to pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's get a roll call.
Kevin.
Here.
Gary.
Here.
Jessica.
Here.
Gary.
Yep.
Deb.
Here. Any comments from the audience? Okay, for approval of town board minutes from March 9th. Any motion? Or do you have a change or second? Any discussion? Want to do a roll call, Mr. please?
Kevin.
Abstain.
Gary.
Aye.
Jessica.
Abstain.
Gary.
Yep.
Deb.
Yeah. And then the meeting minutes from April 13th. Need a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
And a second?
I'll second.
Patty? Any discussion? Okay.
Abstain.
Gary.
Yes.
Jessica.
Abstain.
Gary.
Yes.
Deb.
Yes. And then we're having an opening of bids. Here you go. Here's for your salt. Here's for the second one, the raw materials, and here's for the chip seals. Okay? This one, only got one of those.
For the dust control. We only got one. It's from Wisconsin Salt Solutions. $4,500 gallons, calcium chloride at 38%, $1.85 a gallon. And 4,500 gallons of magnesium chloride at 30% solution. That's $1.03 a gallon. And if you want to add Anderson's ACC or AAM rust inhibitor, then it's another 15 cents a gallon. Beet juice rust inhibitor and road binder, another 12 cents a gallon.
What does that beet juice do?
I don't know, but they were using that on roads
Mm-hmm.
for, you know, in the place of salt.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering, what does that do for that?
That's the first time I've ever seen it. And this is a place that I never heard of. It's a division of Kafka,
Yeah.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming over there, Kafka Dustbuster Plus. So, what is that?
I wonder if there aren't any more in the other envelopes, because that, we put it out as road materials, crack filling, and dust inhibitor. I wonder if anybody else would have anything in there. And that's the next pile.
Well,
Not those. Those.
Yeah, but I know they were supposed to mark on it, but they were.
I just told you.
Yeah, but on the outside of the, yeah, dust control, that's the only one that has that on the outside.
Mhm.
I'm assuming that's the only bid that we got then. I don't remember what it, I think it's been 2 years since we had it done. I thought it was put around 36,
You remember what it was, Patty, when you were here
around
before?
36,000. I know we did have it done last year.
It's always been right around 30 grand for,
That's what I thought. that 4,500, that's a minimum, so I
Mm-hmm.
don't know how many gallons we're gonna use.
Was it always one application in the past or two?
Depended on the summer, I believe, you know, how dry it was or windy or. Some places would need more than others, depending on if they live on a hill or in a valley.
And I think they only did on like the intersections
In front of houses.
and in front of houses, I don't think they did every, the whole road. I know they didn't do it last year because they had to cut something from the budget, and I had a couple complaints, but not, I figured I'd have more.
But we had a wet summer too last year.
No.
It did keep the dust down.
Them roads, they dry out pretty doggone quick.
Is there a representative from Wisconsin Salt Solutions here?
No.
This isn't very clear if it's one or the other, if it's a choice of what we get to do, or,
Mhm.
I'm assuming it's either or.
what's the
One or, because, I don't know, someone else had a bid in the paper and it had both of them, and I think we only ever bid for the top one before, the 38% calcium chloride.
Mhm.
I don't think we ever bid for magnesium chloride at 30%.
I don't know.
No, we'll deal with that when we get to that point.
Okay, we'll go to,
It's not helpful because they did the QuickBooks budget, this category nine,
Mhm.
says there.
Yeah.
okay, Earth Inc. for the decomposed granite as needed, delivered and spread anywhere in the town, $8.15 per ton. Base course graduation number 2, quantity spread anywhere in the town, McMillan state certification required, $7.34 per ton. Granted bid from Laddick to supply and deliver any amount of screened decomposed granite anywhere in the town for the price of $10.60 per cubic yard during the 2020 season. I don't remember if the bid said by the ton.
I think so.
I thought that it did.
Bid material by the ton.
I'll be the first one to admit that I can't convert cubic to
It's all
ton.
dependent upon how saturated it is anyway, so it doesn't matter.
All I know is like the road materials around $3,000 or 3,000 pounds a yard.
Mhm.
I had to argue with somebody about being overloaded. Okay, Red Rock Granite. Crush. DOT spec road base, grade 2, dot certified. And that's from Milestone Marshall Quarry, delivered anywhere in the town of McMillan for the 2020 season at the rate of $8.24 per ton. green decomposed granite delivered anywhere in town of McMillan for the 2020 season at the rate of $6.94 per ton. Red Rock on Mosby.
You did say 824 for the grade 2, right?
Yes.
Okay. Base court
Who's that
gradation
from?
is from Paul Bogart. Gradation number 2 is crushed recycled blacktop bids, which we didn't put the blacktop in the bid, I don't believe. They will deliver a base course gradation number 2 anywhere in the township for the price of $7.28 per ton. And delivered crushed recycled blacktop delivered anywhere in the township at $13.25. We didn't ask for a bid for that.
At least you know. Okay, then that would be it for the, so that's a certificate of insurance. Those would be for the other bid.
Yeah, they didn't have a letter over there. Thought of that on the way here.
I could have opened them before, but that's your job.
You want to be sealed, but, yeah, that's right, that's my only job. I gotta do it.
That's all you got to do. And figure out where to do with the dead deer.
Yeah.
Kevin's got chicken duty.
My neighbor's cat, I have an interesting story again, too. Okay, this is for double chip seal on Cayman Avenue and Cayman Street. Okay, thoroughly clean the existing surface with a self-propelled broom, apply 170-degree emulsified asphalt by full width spray distributor, apply seal coat cover aggregate, spread uniformly over surface with full width self-propelled chip spreader, roll cover aggregate with 2 pneumatic tired roller, price $22,635. And the above proposal includes any necessary incidentals to fulfill the seal coat contract as deemed necessary. Price for the double chip seal, it includes patching for 3 cup cracks on Cayman Street to level them off more. That's from Farmer. And it says quantity for 22-mile double chip. I don't understand what that is. 5,163 gallons of oil, 161 tons of 3/8 Sizzler fractured aggregate. I know there were a couple spots, you know, there were cracks in the road when we went over, and they said you can't chip seal over them, they'd have to take like blacktop patching or something, and put it in there, and that's what he was talking about, them spots. 'Cause I talked to both him personally and the guy from Farner, because they happened to be calling me when I'm at home and they're right there at the intersection. Oh, so this one's from Lakes, evidently the guy from Scott didn't get it here. You didn't find
It's
it?
there, it's in the red envelope right next to you.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So that one was from Farmer that you just opened, and this one is from Lakes. Right?
Yep.
Is Farners both Cayman and chip sealing, or is it one product?
He's,
He separated
the
them?
chip sealing is separate from the
Okay.
crack fill. Okay, double chip seal using dark fractured granite chips. Cayman Avenue, Cayman Street. He's got this point 42 altogether, a little mile in the cul-de-sac. When we measured that out, it was almost a half mile. Okay, he did this in two from Cayman to 97. It was 11,767. And then Cayman in the cul-de-sac, 5,492 for a total of $17,259. So it includes sealing over gravel locations from culvert replacement. Well, I told him we were gonna blacktop that. Double chip seal to include 2 layers of chip seal with 3/8 granite on bottom layer and state spec FA2 on top, using approximately 9,000 gallons of asphalt and 295 ton of dark hard granite chips per 22-foot mile. I must have done with that, or 22 was
22 feet wide.
22 feet wide.
Got it.
Okay, the light came on. If SCI determines the scope and or quantity of work to be performed under contract differs from this proposal, they retain the right to price adjust prior to commencement of the work.
What?
Huh? That's what it says. SCI, whatever that is. Oh, it's got construction in it. Determines the scope and or quantity of work to be performed under contract differs from this
Okay.
proposal. We put in a nation of friends.
It's not a bid, that's just a copy of their insurance.
Yeah, I know, I was trying to figure out which one
Right
it
there.
went,
Those are lakes.
It goes with Lakes asphalt.
which one it went with.
Lakes. Lakes. Anything with lakes, it goes there.
Okay, crack sealing and cleaning, route clean, heat lines cracks and fill with hot core, rubberized crack sealer, federal spec, ASTM D 6690 at 123 per pound.
That's for backline,
Yep,
that's for lakes.
yep. And he's got the roads on here and the feet, if you want me to read them.
Yeah. You'll have to pick which ones you wanna do anyway.
I think we've just been having them all done. His total bid is 31,907.
It's for all of them that are listed.
Yep,
Are there any of them that you looked at that are too far gone?
Yeah, and those are listed on there, but there's no price included on them, so that'd be like, you'd ask about that half mile of East McMillan that hasn't been done for years. That's too far gone. I mean, unless you wanna stick, I don't know, $7,000 into crack fill and a half mile or something like that, you know, that's, and then that, Ash Street by Menards there, that's getting
I think they said that was too far gone a couple of years ago.
yeah.
pretty low.
Right, he's got Ash and that McMillan, he's got those two.
And then Gilead Court's on there too, but you guys just paved that last year, there's no cracks in it or anything
All
else.
right. There isn't. I haven't driven up there yet, so.
Looks good.
Who did that road?
Yeah, American Asphalt.
Okay.
This is probably, I mean, it's Elm Street. It's you want me to read from where? Stat to E, stat from Elm to C. That would be, oh, then C, he's got N, C to Lane. Callaway. From Stat to Cherry, which is now Riverside. And Cherry from Stat to 97. East McMillan, T to D, and from AAA to the 45-mile-an-hour sign. And then from the 45 to Stat was where it's too far gone. Then Man from AAA to the end of the Blacktop. Galvin from Elm to C. And from 97 to Elm. Coach Light, Highway E to Winterberry Circle, Winterberry Court and Circle till the end, Highway E till the end, Sunset Meadow, Highway E to the end, Ash Street, too far gone, St. Joseph's from Man to McMillan, from Farner, rot out cracks, blow out and clean cracks with compressed air and heat lamps, seal cracks with rubberized asphalt crack sealant. This material exceeds federal spec ASTM D6690 Type 2. Sweep asphalt clean with vacuum sweeper and/or air blowers. 3-year warranty on newly routed cracks. Price per pound, $2.30.
Is there a complete price or no?
No. Well, he said he was gonna put a place on there.
I was scared of.
Yeah, because it is nice, I guess, to have the complete price.
What do you want to do on this?
I don't know, they figured it out anyway. Roll the dice.
Count cracks.
Oh, cracks?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's pretty hard to,
Come up with a number?
yeah, what were the per pound prices?
$2.30 per pound from Farner.
And 123 from Lakes. I mean, that's pretty good,
It's a pretty big difference.
yeah.
Anyway, I told the board it would be nice to, you know,
I told
have both of them. As they said, sometimes it's per pound and what it comes out to be in the end. You can have a more per pound, but end up with a cheaper per total, and don't ask me how.
Yeah, I mean, we can get pretty close. I mean, basically how we figure it out is you literally drive down every road and count the cracks, and one crack is considered a crack all the way across the road, so 22 feet. You know, so if you get one that's only a third of the way across, that's not, you know, then you wait for another half a crack or whatever.
You actually count all those?
Yeah,
Holy cow.
yeah, that's pretty much the only way to do it accurately. Yeah, basically just drive down the road slow and
Cracks.
count the cracks, like, when I say that, I'm not joking.
You're not kidding, are you?
Yeah.
I'm not envying
So
your
that's-
position.
I mean, yeah, that's how we figure it out.
So what if I sweep up all the old stuff that our plow takes off and give it to you
Yeah.
as a core and you can reuse it?
It'd probably bust up the pump a little too much.
Okay, what do you wanna do with these, Gary?
I think we're probably gonna have to look at them and figure out.
Okay, I'm gonna make a motion to accept the bids that are presented.
You know, so we can sit down and,
Right. Need a second?
So it's to accept the bids
We're
as
accepting
presented,
them.
but we're not taking any
We're
action.
not awarding them yet.
All right, I would agree with that, or I'd second that.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this needs to be studied, just,
I think highway department needs to take a look at it and decide what they wanna do.
we can't have a meeting.
Why? Hello?
I thought, yeah, I know, but I thought government bodies could, like
Government?
towns, but committees can't.
Yeah, you can.
That was my understanding.
Stay on the blocks.
Yeah, you can.
On the
You have your
corners.
I think it's just been encouraged not to have non-essential meetings.
Right.
And if there's a meeting of 2 or 3 people, it's essential to conduct
You're
business.
talking a committee, set up a couple of tables and, I mean, you don't have to hold hands, but,
Not that I want anyway.
I'm just saying. Okay, let's move on. Reports. Plan Commission, Dorothy, I talked to her tonight, I sent her the information she said she didn't get. And there's a rezone
Thank you.
in
Yeah,
there.
thank you.
Thanks, guys. A rezone in there, and she's gonna get ahold of Plan Commission and see what they wanna do on that one.
She's saying that she did not get an email.
Well, she
That
did.
may be true, but I printed out 5 copies of a 30-page application and put it in the mailboxes of all the plan commission members, just so you're aware.
Okay,
How long would you do that?
As the day it came in and the day she came in to vote, and if you give me 10 minutes, I'll go tell you exactly when it was.
it's been sitting here.
Because if it's in her mailbox, she won't even come and get it, because she was told not to come in here.
That
Because
is not correct, because I also told her when she came in and did her absentee ballot that I emailed it to her. She said she didn't get it, and I told her it's also printed in her mailbox, and she was gonna come over here and get it. So if she's telling anyone that she was not informed, make your own determination.
Because I put the minutes from the last meeting in there.
Anyway,
She wouldn't come get them, so I come and got them.
I'm just
Anyway.
saying,
the rezone is for the John Felton property down on County Trunk E, and they would like to put up storage sheds. So, right next to Aller's place. Just so you know. All right, fire department. Rod is not here.
Lynn Werkheiser's here for the board department tonight. I'll go through the numbers real quick, and just the calls that we did have, EMS calls was 4. We had 1 utility fire call the other day during the wind, that was 1. New hires, full members, nothing new this month. Classes, nothing new this month. We're tracking all of the COVID expenses. Gear dryer is complete.
How much did that come to total?
About $500, I don't have the exact amount,
Okay,
but it came in about 500 and it's working very well, so it should be very effective. DNR grant was finished and all the paperwork is submitted. Training, obviously we haven't been doing much in the realm of training lately, but driver training is up and we've got to get some of that complete. So we'll be scheduling that now that the roads are starting to dry out and firm up, and set it up so that we don't have too many people together at once and we can stay in line with guidelines.
stay away from the gas tanks.
That's gone now.
I know, just kidding.
The diesel's still there.
COVID update, all of our PPE is in that we should need. We've got some from Marathon County, and then we also got some shipments from the stockpile. But we had got surveys from both to find out what we needed. We sent them back and we got shipments in. No cost to the town for any of that gear. So that was good. We should be stocked pretty well for now, and even if we need it later into the fall, we should be in pretty good shape. EMS training wise and training in general wise, we've been doing Zoom meetings. Well, not meetings, trainings.
It's training.
Yeah, we've been doing trainings, so we had to go over our HIV bloodborne pathogen training had to be completed, so we got that done on Zoom. And we've got the other trainings, keeping everybody updated on COVID rules, the changes there, doing that on the Zoom, and that's worked out fairly well for us.
Okay.
Do you have anything for us, Glenn?
What was the DNR grant? What is that one for?
I did not go through that grant, Kevin. I know that was discussed before, but I do not have details on it. So I table that for Rod
Those
later.
radios and safety uniform equipment.
Radios,
They did the
gear,
radios this year, so it's a higher
Yeah.
grant.
and I know the grant part for the radios, those radios are very pricey, so that DNR grant was very, very helpful this year.
Did that come to Patty? It was about $6 grand or
It was like
something?
7. It was
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
close to 7 grand.
Very helpful.
It's a 50-50 grant. It only cost them $3,500, but they got 20 new radios, I think. 20.
I don't know how many. I don't think there's that many. It'd be nice if there was that many, but I don't know that there were that many.
They're not trying to pick any fights or anything, but I thought last year, the year before, all grants where it cost us money needed to be approved.
That was
by-
approved.
They weren't.
Okay,
That was,
This was just, it's a reimbursement grant. It's got to be approved before it was applied for.
right. We're way ahead.
It was approved
This is the
back-
first night.
It was
Catch
approved
up.
back in October, November.
We did that already. Any grants that, any of them actually anymore, they have to get them approved before they even apply for them. Just simply so we know what the heck's going on. So, there was something else I was gonna ask you. Fall festival, everything's a go yet, am I correct?
Everything's a go for now. We're watching very carefully. The last thing we want to do is get in a position where we say, yes, we're going to do all this, and then get shut down and have a lot of money expended for that. So we're being
When
vigilant.
I talked to Rod, they said they were being very cautious about
Yeah.
trying to get things kind of set up that isn't costing anything, basically, is what it amounts to. But they're still, if they're gonna do this, and it's so up in the air with the COVID-19,
Yeah.
if they're gonna cancel, it's gonna have to be probably end of next month, I would say. Because
Yeah, I-
otherwise, you're gonna have to be buying tickets and all that good stuff and getting that all,
And part of the issue is, as well as trying to sell tickets,
right.
when you're in a position where you can't go door to door, you can't meet with people, and it becomes a problem trying to get those sales done, which we need to be successful. So we're kind of threading the needle here for the next probably 30 days
Yeah.
to see where we end up.
Yeah. I told Rod, hold off as long as you possibly can to see where we're gonna be at, so.
We're in
So
watch
I'm
and
sure
wait
people
mode.
buying those tickets are also gonna think the same thing, am I gonna buy these and it's gonna be canceled?
Mhm.
Right.
Because everything else is getting canceled.
Yeah, and it just becomes difficult, and we don't want to lose money.
Right,
Not making money is better than,
and you really can't back it up because what are you gonna have it at Christmas? You know, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not gonna work. We're already into fall by the time you do this and it's getting cold at night and,
I think by the end of May, we'll have a clearer idea, I hope.
you know,
We hope of what the situation might be, but
they are gonna start brewer games though in July. They figure about 4th of July.
Number 6C.
They're not having any people in the,
Oh,
none.
people in the
games but
stands.
no spectators?
Yeah.
Yeah,
TV.
yeah, TV game, which that's fine with me, I don't mind.
So
Anything else?
that's all from us this week,
Okay.
this month, I mean. Thank you.
Finance committee, there's no John. Library, libraries had meetings, they're doing everything curbside, the library's closed. Lori actually delayed her retirement, they did hire a new gal. They've been doing everything on Zoom now for meetings, which is kind of nice, because it's 7 o'clock in the morning, I'm not real chipper. And the best part is, on Zoom, they don't have to see me.
That is nice.
So, that works out there. Buildings and grounds, they did the first mowing, when did he do the mowing?
Saturday.
Saturday. we got that going. We have not opened up the pavilion yet or turned on the water, simply because we've had a lot of cancellations for May. They're done. So there is nothing. So we just didn't open it at this time, kind of waiting to see what's gonna happen. We will have it open before the end of the month, though. I don't know about unlocking the back door at this time, but we'll have the water and stuff turned on. So that's where we're at with that.
So or is it even okay for people to come and use this?
Yeah, you said you had cancellations. If they
No, I
want to
mean,
cancel, would-
Like, there were just about 5 vehicles up
Oh,
there.
yeah, I saw.
When I
That was
just,
4-H kids.
now,
The pavilion is closed.
because I know, but I was told that even the playgrounds,
Who told you that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't
That was
remember.
part of the original.
Yeah, that even like schools, which I went by Emmanuel Lutheran the other day, and there was a kid on every swing. And
I mean,
it's
I
like,
won't
I
let
thought
my
all
kids
these,
still come over and play.
Yeah, see, Jess doesn't.
shamer.
My
I
daughter
don't
thinks it's
know.
her playground, so.
I know Patty had brought it up that maybe we should put a sign out there that it's not sanitized. And I'm not doing it, so I don't know if one of you guys wanna run down here and sanitize it when some kid comes over and plays. I personally think that's the parents' responsibility if they wanna bring them down to this park to play.
I mean, I can tell you there
That
haven't
would
been
be-
many
that would
kids
be you.
here. Yeah, there really haven't been, I mean,
There's
I
some.
live right next door. There have been very few kids there.
I don't
right?
think it's an
So,
issue for us, I really don't.
No,
So,
I agree.
Cars aren't lined up.
no.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem.
And the weather hasn't been real conducive to it anyways, so,
Yeah.
I mean,
That's good.
that probably helps, but we'll see how it
But I
is
mean,
next
if the
week.
parents should know or be aware of everything else that's shut down, I think it's their responsibility. If they want to take their kids there and play, that should be up to them. The pavilion's closed. Because I've had people calling me and hollering at me that I cannot open that park. And I said, well, this is in February. And I said, it's not even open. There was still snow on the ground and, yeah. But other than that, I think that was it for me. Oh, I talked to the attorney today, and if some of the bars would, or what's the name of the place, 97. If they would like to open, if they choose to open, okay, we cannot hold that against their license. So everybody's aware. We can't do anything because we don't have an ordinance, we don't. He also told me that Marathon County is doing nothing. They're not writing any tickets. If somebody calls and reports
They never
somebody.
did anything before, when should they start
Well,
now?
that's what he said. But just so you're aware, we cannot hold anything like that against anybody's license or pieces, because we wouldn't have a leg to stand on. So, all right, Mr. Gary, bio for garbage and recycling.
Oh, nothing, we had the recycling for the tires a couple of weeks ago at Pancrats that we have every year. And Gary and I and Butch and who else was there? Different.
Carry on.
Yeah, went out there.
Gary and Gary?
Yeah,
We only have to kind of man it every 3 years because it's two of the townships, and it was us in the town of Marshfield this
Marshall,
year.
yeah.
And so we won't have to have people going out doing this again till 2023, so,
Yeah,
but it was fine. And
yeah.
nothing else.
Yeah, he didn't get anything on whether it was way down. I thought it was down from 3 years ago when I worked there,
They didn't come up.
but we didn't get anything. But it worked out pretty good with 4 people, and each of us was just there, like a 4-hour shift.
That ain't bad.
8 hours.
I showed up 10 minutes late, so he dotted my page.
He told me about
Yeah,
that.
and he was
It's
pissed.
a typical doctor, he's late.
All right, Mr. Bryant, did you find out about, you had sent me an email on picking up like recliners or anything?
Yeah, I mean, somebody asked a question and I didn't know it. And what happens if a resident wants to have a large item like a recliner picked up at roadside? But we don't have anything in the contract with them for that. That you do that separate, you call them. But right now with the COVID-19 thing, they're not picking up any of this. The residents have to bring it to the human address themselves, and it's cost you like $50
Mhm.
for a recliner.
Okay. So we don't,
I found out, that was it, that's the answer. And if COVID-19, this goes away and you have a large item that you want picked up, you call Advance, and this is something that residents do on their own with Advance. It's
Okay.
not something through.
it's not through the town.
No,
Okay.
He will come get it?
they will come in.
Is there an extra charge or not?
Yeah, but it's based on weight. He says something like the size of a recliner, Dale told me somewhere between $25 and $50. But they'll come get it. Not by now.
Them in the ditches.
See, I see two tires already
Really?
on Stat by Callaway, one on each side of the road.
Well, one of the things I didn't know, and I found out as we've been going through this recycle bin thing, several residents had called Advanced over the years, wanting a second recycle bin, okay? And they gladly brought them to them, and at $10 a month.
Mhm.
And that was outside of the contract we have. Now with the deal we worked out that we'll get the people who want these bins, a second bin for $10 or $20 a year actually,
Mhm.
not $10 a month, so. And that's because we're doing it through the contract with the township, so.
And you got that one all squared away with that woman that ordered her on her own and.
Yeah, there were two people actually we found out that we knew of, and Advance didn't say anything. I mean, they didn't tell, they didn't, you know, I guess it's just one of those things. But there were two people that I know of who had gotten second bins on their own in the past, and were paying $10 a month. And when they found out we were going to start this deal through our contract, they wanted to quickly cancel. Dale just let them keep the
bin?
bins, and he's billing us, and I think Steve's on top of it.
Okay.
All right, he's got a list, so.
All right, Mr. Brands.
Okay, the weight limits are all off. I see shouldered, must be doing some shouldering.
I think he's doing retrieving, isn't he? Retrieving gravel?
It almost looked like they had, maybe he is, but I thought it almost looked like they had or something. But anyway, other than that, I did get a call. Come pick up get my deer out of my ditch.
Told you to put a sign on it,
and-
COVID-19.
We don't do that, the DNR, they just drag them into the ditch, and I called a person back and said, we were told they're not picking them up, and the ditch is the right of way of the state. You're on your own. I said, call, maybe the park will come get it for the wolves. I said, but that's not ours. Well, I was told a few years ago that they would take
They used to.
fresh,
They
but
used to.
I have no idea if they do yet. I mean, and they're laying all over, everywhere you go. It's like they all survived the winter, well. And just so people that know about the tavern that everybody wants demolished on 97, I got a anonymous letter about getting rid of it, but I'm helping the lady out, everything is settled now. And the lady died, and everything's through probate, and her and her brother are now the proud owners of it. And she wants it down. So I'm helping her. I talked to Carolyn Opitz, our former chair, and she gave me some information, and the woman is supposed to be contacting Advanced Disposal, and get a price. And I called Danny Radetsky, and he said he will knock it down, load it in the dumpsters, but he's not paying to get rid of it, so.
And neither are we.
And neither are we yet, but, so she was gonna get hold of Advanced Disposal.
I'm guessing it depends how much it's all gonna cost.
Yeah. But she said, yes, she wants it down now. She couldn't do anything before because her mother owned it, but now her mother passed away, and, she inherited it.
Was it an asbestos problem?
Well,
yeah.
That's what I was always told years ago.
I was
There's so much
told it was
asbestos.
never nobody actually certified it as being asbestos. Everybody figured that the siding on there contained it. Because I talked with Rod for a while, and evidently they talked to him about burning it down, and he said they can't burn it down too close to that house. Plus with all the, it's got like the old shingles for siding that.
That's where they figured the
Yeah,
asbestos.
you can't burn that, and that's where they,
Right.
because years ago, some of that siding did have asbestos, but not all of it.
I said a good old lightning strike would do wonders for that thing.
Well, and I called Carolyn, was talking to her, and I said, well, maybe you get all them people that want that out of there to sort of chip in. She said, I already tried that. And she thought it was only about $2,500 when she got a price 5 years ago. So I said, well, maybe they'll do it now. They're getting that stimulus money. I said, maybe they can chip that in. And she laughed. She says, yeah, nice try.
Well, I know they came up with one number before the 2,500 number, between 15 and 25,000 is what they were
See,
talking.
and that's what that lady said, and I said, well, I don't know. You're gonna have to find out, so. I said, get hold of him and, he can come out and look at the building, or I could only find Advance here and then Ideal out of Stratford.
Mhm.
Must have dumpsters. I said, all you can do is call them and have them look at it and get an estimate.
Oh, mess, no pun intended.
Yeah.
I'll say lightning strike. Okay, anything else, Gary?
Nope.
All right, financial report.
Oh.
Patty.
Yes, that email. Well, UTVs and ATVs.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the counties open up some of their county roads.
C is not open, because I
Yeah.
already talked to Jim.
They're having all kinds of problems. These guys think they can run all the county and the state roads. So the sheriff's department's been quite busy. And according to the email I got, and I don't know how we can do it, you're supposed to put a sign on all your roads that are open when you come to a county road or a state road, end of trail. Well, what happens on the other side of the road?
But I told Pat to order two for on break, because that's where we had the complaint from, so he could put one by each stop sign, okay? And I called Jim Griesbach, because those ATVs are going down County Trunk C towards 97. And Jim says, well, maybe you would just like to call the cops and have them take care of it. I said, no, that's county road, that is your responsibility. So, well, that's what they always put on me, it's township, so. I said, so you need to take care of that, because we did have a complaint. It was Craig Zigerlicky is the one that had called. He said they go down Drake, he said, just like you're crazy, and then down County Trunk C to 97. And so I told Jim, I said, you need to take care of that, so he was going to. So.
I think farmers.
That doesn't mean that they can go down the road.
Well, I know, and they're supposed to be on the right-hand side of the road and that. But I think farmers can run both state
Mhm.
and county when they're
hauling something.
when they're conducting or going from one, they got 40 acres here. and
We have to be
40
checking fields, but the ATV has to have this sticker on for it. It's not just a recreational for the farmer at that point. No amount of signs that we put up are gonna keep people off county roads.
No.
Wood County opened up a number of them in different spots. Price County, I believe every county road is open year round now. I think they changed that last year.
Mhm.
So a lot of people that go up north and ride other areas. Again, there's no amount of signs you can put up. If they're
Well,
gonna
I
run it,
told
they're
them
gonna
just
run
put
it.
them on there so that they know County Trunk C, we don't have any control over, and that's the one that's the hassle right now, so.
And I'm not sure, I know we talked about signage per township for a long time, and if we did it, it's every intersection, it's every road coming
We
in.
got signs here.
Being that our entire township is open,
Mhm.
I really don't think we need the signs. If it was designated routes within our township,
Mhm.
then I can see the sign thing, but we don't need to spend money and put signs on
We
the
already-
county roads.
We already got signs. They're already here.
For all the roads?
What do we have? We got quite a few signs back there already, don't we?
No, your end of route signs came today, there's 2 of them.
We got two,
I'll
but I know he's got other ones.
have the boys run around and nail them up.
Okay. Yeah, stop signs.
Yeah, put them on a stop sign on the corner. Yeah, well, that was the one thing they said, you can't put them on the stop signs.
Yeah. All right. We're ready to move on now?
Yep.
Okay, Patty, financial
I
report.
don't have a financial report, I don't know where your treasurer is.
Our treasurer's done. He's not here. So we'll go move on to the next item, checklist from April and code item.
Your code 360 first, ain't it?
Oh, yeah, okay, the code 360. We had wrote the check out for this last month for $695, and I didn't sign it because I wanted to discuss it with the board, simply because all this does is put it on the internet, our ordinances, for $695 a year,
And that just increased this year, it used to be 400.
like 400. We
They
already
will-
have it on
They'll also do
Bruce's.
codification, but it's extra.
Yeah,
This is your base.
this is your base, just to have it online, okay? We already have it on our website, so if anybody's gonna look at it, that's where they're gonna go anyway. Do we wanna spend $695 a year for this?
Do we legally have to on something else other than our own website?
Even the county's got our code.
The county has
ordinances.
ours, too.
It's in a PDF, it's not, it doesn't link to this organization.
Right,
You want a
this
motion
one
on
is
that?
just out there,
So,
Do you want a motion?
how many years have we been,
since 2014, I think is when we got the,
2013 or 12, I think it was.
yeah, whenever we got the ordinance, but for $695, I think it can be spent someplace else better. That's just my opinion, so that's why I held the check and wanted to discuss it with the board.
From 13 until this year, it's been $495, and they just raised it by $200.
So we've been doing it?
We have been,
But there also has been no codification, so you're just paying your base fee for them to host it on their website, and it's already hosted on 3 other ones.
yeah.
I make a motion to disapprove,
Make a motion to cancel.
to cancel.
I would say.
Code 360, sorry.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Please void that check. I know how you love doing that. That's $695 that we can put towards,
Election extra expense.
no, comp plan. All right, what's our next item here, Patty? Checklist.
Checklist from April and the current checklist, I combined those in your packet, I know I emailed them stuff. Emailed the
So this
AP
is for the
and
APs from last month and this month.
the checklist in your packet combines the April accounts payable that was approved and the current checklist, so you're looking at checks 17017 through 17112 and EFTs 2020-22 through 28, total of $63,590 and 12 cents. And the purchase orders are in there. If you want to see those purchase orders before the motion is made.
Yeah, and I gotta sign that. I haven't signed a couple of them, I know you said you sent, but I didn't get them. Don't you dare. Smack me in the next week. You're going to pass out pens to everybody and I don't have a pen.
Can you do that today? I didn't go to the next week, like later.
No, I'll do one time out for you. Okay, this is that $900 worth of medication. Yep.
What is the 6,109 to start the medical?
That was approved at the April meeting as part of. the-
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember now, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
And this is for the computer.
Yeah, it's changing it from PC Doctors to an online purchase through Amazon.
And this will be a void, it'll be voiding the other one. I got a question. Do you know anything about the computers over there or no?
I do not.
Okay.
They said that they don't need Word because this computer will do all of their online report submissions. And it
Okay.
doesn't require.
So this is the insurance replacement?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm assuming them radios was 6,267.
Yeah, Motorola.
Road up, yeah.
What are we doing with the old radios?
But that,
What are we doing with the old radios?
what'll happen is we'll get, everything gets passed down. So we have some radios that are extremely old that are still out being used. And as we roll down the old ones, we'll be able to get rid of the really old ones that are really not worth putting any more money into at this point. They're small, they're very old, they don't have the channel capacity that we really need to have. So it'll enable us to roll some of those out and retire those.
So all these new radios are good with the dual banks chargers that we had to get last year for all the trucks, so we had chargers and everything, or all those chargers are not compatible with the radios we're getting?
I
They
know
always
that-
have to be if the radios are,
Well, there's a move, so the county is going from what they had, which was Kate, I believe, and they're now going to Motorola. So it's like having a cell phone is going to be my guess. Ask Rod to be sure, but it's like
It's gonna
buying a
have
cell
a different
phone.
plug-in.
You have a new plug, you need a new phone, now you need a new plug. So we'll see what happens and where we end up, Kevin, but I really don't have a clear answer for that. So I want to kick that can down the road so Rod can give you an answer on what that's going to look
But
like.
they don't
that
have-
grant was 2 years ago or something to get dual bank chargers and.
What, I know that what the plan is most of the new radios are going to go to officers, so they have good communication. So I'm thinking there's probably not going to be a change to the trucks, but I don't, like I said, I want Rod to answer that question for sure, so that you guys get a clear answer that's correct.
So, and number 4 on the agenda, the pavilion cancellations and refunds because of the COVID are also included in that checklist. There's $700 worth of cancellations and deposits.
And that's why they canceled it, because of the COVID-19, so.
Just a
And
question.
I had asked Patty to put it on the agenda simply because, so we can vote on that, because the contract says they are supposed to give us 30-day notice or they don't get a refund back, but I think they should get it all back, because this isn't their fault by no means.
If we had to have a motion for the checks
Yeah.
first before we discuss this, but we got Zobler Septic on here and Banky Septic. Do we have different septic haulers for each building?
We could, we've never.
I mean, we got 2 different ones on here now, and
Right.
we are not going with just one for everything?
We've always had 2 different ones. I don't know
And
why.
there's, who was it, OK? OK Pumping? I can't think of his name.
Stuff.
He had actually said that he would come out and do it for, what did he say, like $125?
I was gonna say, Lanky's way cheaper than Zobbler, why are we doing?
Because the fire department is 2,000 gallons,
I believe so.
and
Yeah,
all
they
the,
got a pretty small.
and I believe all the water, anything inside, winter come and wash vehicles, that all runs to the same thing, and that was part of the code for the building wise, because you can't have that stuff going anywhere else. That all goes into the septic, so every time there's a vehicle washed inside, that's going out.
But I don't think they've been doing that at all.
And
Not to
this,
my
I know we
knowledge.
did,
Yeah.
well, I'm not gonna say, I know we did a 2,000 here, but I believe we did a 2,000 with this one.
I don't know. Do you want to just get one person to do all of it?
It might be worth checking in on, I mean, it's,
Because I know, like, A-OK, I know Brian had given me, he had stopped over to the house and said he could do it for whatever, I thought he said like 125. So, I'll put you on that one, Kevin, you'll be the septic man. Give him a call and see what we can,
figure out what we got for tanks. all
I'm sure he's not gonna pump that one up there, because that's 3 tanks. I mean, if he'll do it for 125, yeah.
I'll be the first one I call.
Okay, that's 4 different tanks we get pumped.
I think we got 5 actually. We have one over here, one over here, one over there, one up there, and then one behind the shop.
Yeah,
isn't it?
I think there's 2 up there.
Yeah,
One for the old
I think
one.
there's 5
One there. Yep, one over there, one here, and
up there.
we actually have an alarm working up there now. The wiring, everything was in the tank, but it was never, there was an alarm in the building, so we got one put
Well, we
in there
figured
last
what
week.
happened with
After
that,
it,
there was
after,
wiring for it, but the alarm was gone.
after we come figure out why we had water in the floor in there, well, the tanks filled up and backed up.
Yeah, Kevin, if you wanna take a look at that and give a few places a call and see what they can give us for a price for all of them. Or if they wanna do it separately, or if you wanna call each one to give each one a little bit of business,
I know they've always had two different ones,
I mean, if we had the same size tank in everywhere, it'd be easy just to kind of put that out for bid.
well, well, you don't put it out for bids, because it's not big enough. But what they used to do is, wasn't it Zobbler had that
Right.
pumps over here, and he would go to the next tank and, you know, add to it till his load was full. That was kind of the common consensus. Whether they do that or not, I have no idea.
If we pay for 5,000 gallons to get pumped at $200 and whatever.
Well,
from
exactly.
Yeah, and they all have different keys for the locks,
Of course they do.
which is why they just have one padlock, you know, or the same key for all of them.
That'd be the smart way to do it, but
That's why it isn't done.
all right, we need a motion to approve the checks.
I'll make that motion.
And a second.
I'll second.
Any more discussion, any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, so we're through that one. Ratify emergency declaration. We did a state of emergency, and we have to approve it now. So I
You
have that.
gotta ask us about the pavilion, so we can see yes or no.
We already did it. We just approved it with the checks.
Yeah, she said earlier, but it was gonna include.
Did you want to discuss that anymore?
Well,
Or wanna-
I just thought you wanted to discuss whether it's okay to.
Well, we had the checks in there to approve. I just wanted to explain
We
why.
just approved the checks.
Yeah. But because of them canceling without giving 30-day notice or whatever, that was the reason they were in there. And we refunded all of it, not just the $100, yeah, so. But anyway, resolution number 2020, whatever it is here,
One.
This is just a COVID-19 emergency.
This is for our state of emergency that we have to approve it.
Just a resolution ratifying the proclamation that was made by the chair back in March.
Yeah. So I need a motion to approve.
I would move to approve.
In a second,
I'll second.
any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Opposed? We might need to sign that. Motion carried. Okay. Call for bids for the assessor contract. I'd like to put bids out because his contract comes due next month, doesn't it, Patty?
The end of board review.
So it'll be next month.
June.
I'll make a motion to put the assessor contract out for bid for,
You want what, you want to do a 2-year, 3-year contract? It was a 3-year contract, I believe. And also, well, you can make your motion, we'll get that done, you get a second, and then I'm gonna drill it.
3 years.
Okay, can I get a second?
I'll second that.
Okay.
Did he say 3-year?
Yes.
Okay.
What I would like to know is how do you want to get those bids? Do you want to get a full amount? Because when we did this a couple of years ago, we got some that gave us a total amount, like Jim always did, okay? And then we had some that it went by per building permit, per whatever, and you have no idea
Total amount.
what you're getting,
Total.
okay? So, because I know there was one from Park Falls, that's how she bid it, she had a base amount and then each building permit, and, well, you don't know what you're gonna be dealing with each year, and it could go over the top, so. I personally think a total amount is a better way to go,
You can budget that.
yeah, so it's up to you guys.
Sounds good to me.
Yep.
So would you like to revise your motion? Put it up for bids with a, or amend your motion?
No, all he's gotta do is say he wants to revise it, and if the seconder agrees, you don't have to take separate votes.
Okay,
No, because next month we can, you just come back with what we're gonna put out, and we just approve that, and then we'll send that out, so.
Okay. That's how you wanna do it? You wanna wait a month, or you wanna get it in the paper and get this done?
Nope, let's get it in the paper and get it done.
Okay. So to put in there that, because I think we had a bid out a few years ago.
I sent it to you guys in the email.
Oh, you've already got it.
Sample.
Okay.
When did you do that?
I didn't get that one, Patty.
Okay,
I didn't get that one, Patty.
You didn't get nothing from Scanner at Town of McMillan or
I
something?
got a list of the
Check.
peanuts.
So I don't think I
You
got it.
didn't get that either?
I know I didn't get it.
We got something.
No, I got the checks from that online.
From the Scanner one?
Yeah, I got one from the scanner.
I had one that didn't have anything on it.
Oh, she's looking for her emails
I'm
too.
gonna check my email, but I'm pretty sure I didn't get anything.
I had one that didn't have anything on, so maybe that was that one.
Maybe
Maybe it was this one.
But does it have a total amount in
Cause
there?
I
That's
thought,
what we
well,
wanna
what's
get.
for two different
It
things?
just says the description has approximate values of the towns, like the residential, commercial, agriculture, undeveloped forest land, ag land, total real estate, total personal, and total assessed value. It says they're responsible for maintaining the assessed value in compliance with the state law. Also includes open book and board of review.
As part of it, I know we ended up during some of the reassessment stuff, there was additional fees that popped up for a while, and there was some other issues that came up.
Well,
over
Jim's
the
always
years.
done an annual contract, but if there is a reassessment for the entire, then it's double the annual. And Jim's always bid it that way.
Then we spent a fortune that one year when they had to redo the whole township.
Yeah,
Which we really didn't have to redo because the next year it came back in compliance. You have 3 years to get it done when it's out of compliance. It's not necessarily up to the assessor needs to inform
No,
the
but
board.
the
No, but
board,
when the state tells you you have to physically assess and you don't do it, you get penalized.
yeah, so eventually you have to get it done. So the sooner you get it done, once when you know what's coming, the better off you're gonna be.
So for you really smart people, this is discussion, this isn't changing or making amendments yet. 3-year term, total amount per year, and do we wanna have that in there with price of reassessment is, or cost of reassessment? If necessary?
That would have to be bid separately, I would think. That's a totally separate deal, isn't it, Patty? No, leave it in there?
I would bid it just.
Instead of just having it be a double amount,
Yeah,
cause there's just, I don't know what it is, I'm not even gonna say it's just some paperwork and whatever else. Maybe there was a lot of legwork put into it, but I'm not gonna speculate.
just say it. Just my thoughts on it anyway. I would have to agree with you though, Kevin. I don't know how you wanna do that.
So we got 3-year term, we got total amount per year. And with the third thing of, in case of reassessment necessary by state,
Mm-hmm.
we just ask for a blatant cost on that right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
So how would you like to word that?
I don't know, why don't you hand him the sample?
Cause it doesn't say that in there.
No. How would you like to word that, Patty?
The motion, I can word the motion.
The part 3, in case of reassessment,
Reevaluation.
reevaluation.
Well, you're calling for a bid for a 3-year contract at an annual rate with a quote for the physical reassessment if it's needed. Right?
There you go.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Second?
Second.
Oh, wait, we already had a second.
Yeah, we already had a second. All right. We just revised the.
Yeah, we're good.
Any more discussion on that?
So the motion is going to be to put it out for, put the assessor out for contract, out for bid, 3-year term, total amount per year, with whatever she said.
Yeah. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Did Mitch ever, we were looking at getting these windows redone, did Mitch ever bring anything in?
No,
Okay.
but the other one is in the office.
That was for like $1,750, if I'm not
The
mistaken.
one that
Hank brought it.
Hank brought.
I never saw it.
I think it was for $750. It's roughly right in there.
My computer's gonna die. I could go get my charger and the paper.
What's wrong with the windows?
So is that,
Push out, they'll probably fall out of the damn thing.
the inside ones, I mean, all the, that's still ones where you had the little pins in the clock, and most of the clock is all gone.
Okay.
And they're,
They're bad.
so, was his quote for new inside and outside?
Or is that just a storm outside?
I don't know.
Okay, you just
Go get your charger. Time out.
I told him that the inside, you know, all the clock was falling out of it.
I had also called Mitch, and for 2 months now, he told me he was gonna get us a price. Well, there's only so much you can do. And he hasn't got us one, so.
Because I was named.
You were mean to him? Well, he
Well,
called.
that's what he claimed.
Yeah. Well, he called me the other day and he was being mean, so I hollered at him.
I'll get a hold of Mitch.
Huh?
I'll call Mitch.
You know what?
I will call Mitch.
Oh, good for you. We're making a
Just
decision
say, I
on
can
windows
text him
today.
now if you want.
Huh?
I can text him now.
Yeah, so could I.
Answer. I don't.
No, I figure he's already had plenty of
He's
opportunity.
been, I know he's been rather busy.
'Cause,
Obviously, if he wanted it, he would have done it, is my thought, so.
Cause he was gonna bring it to my house 2 weeks ago, and then he was gonna drop it off up at the thing here. So he was gonna have it at the last meeting, and he's not coming across, so
Then we'll move on.
then move on, exactly.
So it was 700 and some to replace these three,
17,
or 17?
1750, I think that's what the number was, I'm not sure. Cause Mitch asked me, he said, well, how much is the other one? I said, I don't know.
The one guy who
How
called
much
me.
is the other one? I'll make it $100 cheaper.
And he,
Yeah, that's about
that
it.
other guy called, yeah, and he says, well, how much you think this should cost? I said, that's what the bid is. I put it in the paper. And, it was, a foreign sounding guy, and it's like, and I called him back, and then it took him a couple of days to call me back again. Yeah, he wanted me to give him all the answers, and it's, no, that's
Well, they
not
want you
how
to
it
give them a
works.
price on how much they can charge, that's what it is, and you can't do that, so. Hence the bidding process. Then he wanted to know how much I had budgeted for it, and I said nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, that should have said $500.
Kind of like wanting somebody to bid by the ton and they don't.
Yeah, exactly, $1,750, and that includes replace 3 windows
What
on the
yard
town
are
hall
we-
building.
It's way more to drive.
Yeah.
1 window on the east side, 2 windows on the south side to install vinyl pocket windows, low E thermal, wrapped with white aluminum on exterior. That's what it says.
Exterior? Doesn't say anything about the interior?
Yeah,
It says
Oh.
replace 3 windows in town hall building. 1 window on the east side, 2 windows on the south side, install vinyl pocket windows, low E thermal, wrapped with a white aluminum on exterior. Price includes 3 windows, materials and labor for $1,750. I'd like to make the motion to go with Hank Zimmerman, the Integrity Builders, to replace windows in the town hall.
Second.
I'll second that. He's been real good.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I just don't know, with $1,700 for 3 windows, that sound right?
It does, it sounds right to me.
No, I don't know, okay, so.
The big,
I
the
mean, my
big
dad's a
ones.
contractor, we've done quite a bit of building and every model.
And you
I was just gonna say, somebody who just went
No.
through a whole bunch of remodeling, you
I'm
should
not gonna
know.
remodel, but I'm telling you, I think it sounds pretty good. I don't think that sounds out of,
No, okay,
Yeah. Nothing's cheap.
The big one was probably $1,000 alone, so.
Huh?
The big one's probably $1,000 alone, just for the window.
And we got one, two.
Here's another C
Yeah.
Oh,
side.
we're not doing the one,
No,
No, that one was done a few years back. It's just these three in here.
yeah, the two south side and this one.
Sounds good, been good.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, now we're looking at reimbursement policy and employee paperwork. We need to stop the reimbursements on paychecks, and the reason for that is because this board does not get to see them. All it is a paycheck amount, and that's it. We're not seeing these at all.
I thought we weren't doing that anyways for the last few years.
Well, they started back up again, so we need to quit that.
I'm
Not
sorry,
sure
I'm
what-
lost.
Okay, what happens
Can you
when,
explain?
when we get a payroll check, okay? If I go downtown shopping and pick up a bunch of stuff, it's included in the paycheck. It doesn't say that there's any extra in there for any reimbursement whatsoever. Not what you're looking at, okay? So we need to, we have enough places where we can charge, like going to Menards or wherever we need to go, that we don't need to do this. And we didn't for a long time, and now they're starting back up again. Also,
Well, I know I did on a couple because I got the stuff through my friend at wholesale cost.
and there's
You
gonna
know,
be
through Central
exceptions.
States, but I turned in the receipt and what it was for and everything.
Mhm.
Because I know Carolyn says, well, you can go to Menards, we won't pay tax there. I said, Carolyn, with the tax, it's a whole lot cheaper than buying it without the tax at Menards.
But what I would like to
You
do
know,
on
because
this
we
for like
replaced that light out
the
there too last year.
reimbursements, to get pre-approval. Okay, if there's something that they need to get and they can't get it anywhere else, they can make a phone call. Anybody can. Gary, you could call me and say, yeah, I want to order some windows, is there gonna be a problem with it, you know? And we can do it that way,
Oh, you just want it to get pre-approved before.
at least,
And
yeah.
then you do it on a separate check where it can be identified as a
No, we don't wanna do it, we
reimbursement?
can't, no, it's gotta be done on a payroll check.
Okay.
That's
But
why
I
we're
think,
eliminating
but
it.
they can list that separately on there.
On the check, it would be listed
It
separately.
is listed separately. What she's telling you is you don't see the detail on your checklist.
Okay, I understand.
Does QuickBooks run a report that would give you expense detail dispersed through payroll? I didn't know if it would or not.
Not for that, no.
Not for that, that's a bummer, that'd make it easier.
No, you
Yes,
could, when you
it's
go
on
into
there.
when you go into your payroll section, it should have it broke down by different,
It does on the paycheck and on the stuff.
no, but you can get a report, you have QuickBooks, right? There's a report on QuickBooks that you can pull that up. It's in your payroll reports, and it'll bring up you can bring up all your expenses that are, you know, all your things, your line item payroll items.
Mhm. Oh, on the summary pages?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're just using different terms. It's a payroll item detail is what she's talking about.
yeah.
Because then you'd see what expenses got paid out to each person, and you'd know. And you could look at them every month.
I just think we need to eliminate the reimbursements and be done with it. Without pre-approval, get rid of it. It's not necessary. Like I said, we got Menards, they go down there and charge. They're
And
about down there every other day, the way it looks anyway.
and I know supposedly they've had some where they don't turn in the receipts, and, I mean, that is, they're just gonna eat it, I guess, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, but we've been lenient, so we need to quit being quite so lenient. So, we've survived without doing these reimbursements before.
I'm gonna say that word,
What?
transparency.
Yeah, there you go.
It's been talked about for years.
But I need a motion to eliminate reimbursements without prior approval.
I can see through your head.
No, I'll make that motion.
And I need a second.
I will second that.
All in favor, say aye.
I,
Opposed? Motion carries. We also have a problem with getting employees' paperwork. Legally, still, yeah. Legally, they're supposed to have paperwork turned in within what, Patty? Within 3 days of hire. Okay, we're still waiting on what, 2 employees from the beginning of the year? Or did you get those now?
One that I have, one that I have
And the person's working,
Paycheck.
and we have no paperwork on them. And we can't have that, we're gonna get clobbered one of these days.
If we don't have paperwork, then technically they're not employees, so then we shouldn't pay them, correct?
Well, that's exactly right.
That's exactly what's happened.
Yeah, we quit paying them because we don't have paperwork. The process should be to go through her to get this paperwork done, and so she has it on file. And, it's not being done that way.
Still? Okay.
Mhm.
Then that comes down to department head, and that needs to be dealt with by department head, and no more.
Yeah. Well, and we've said that over and over and over, and
Then there needs to start being repercussions and stuff.
Yeah.
Where
well, here's the bad part. We have no paperwork. If one of these people get hurt, okay, and they're not even considered an employee, then what?
Right.
I mean, there's repercussions for everything that happens, so. And they're gonna, if you got a workman's comp claim, well, no, we don't have them down as an employee because they don't want to fill out paperwork. That could be an issue. So we'll have to take that up with Rob.
I don't know why he has such a problem getting them people to get that in here.
All they have to do is, all he's gotta do is give Patty the phone, or give the people Patty's phone number or email address, set up a time when they can come in, she'll meet them, get the stuff done. It's not that tough, it really isn't. Either that or they can't start till their paperwork is in.
I mean, that's what it
Is
is
that
for any
something
other
different
job. I
in
don't
the
understand
department
why
that
that's
you
right. I
guys
don't understand why that's.
maybe appoint somebody to be in charge of?
I'll talk to Rod about it.
I mean, if Rod, Rod's got a lot on his plate, we get that, but maybe there should be one person that,
Yeah, and I'll let him know about that, and I'll talk to him about that, Kevin, and see what that is,
Who
because
decides the hiring process over there?
that I cannot answer. I mean, obviously Rod's in charge of it, he's your chief.
Right,
well,
So,
this board still needs to approve anybody over there.
well, we're supposed to, yeah, but that doesn't come to us anyway. We let them hire who they
Legally,
want.
that's supposed to.
I know. I know.
So
It's
everybody,
all
whether
supposed to
it's
be
there
for
or highway department, anybody, the board,
Hires.
yes, we
Mhm.
approve all employees, period.
Mhm.
Okay,
I know every part-timer for the highway department's always been approved by the board,
Well, even Cammy,
but I don't know, yeah,
Yeah.
the cleaning gal,
yeah,
but I don't know if they've ever approved every
It's-
volunteer over there.
yeah.
I think we've always just been told that, oh, we have so-and-so on, I mean, we don't even find out when the people leave.
No.
but it should happen before any training or anything.
I agree,
It should be,
Yeah,
it should have.
definitely. Yeah.
because there's no doubt, there's people that come down that are not accepted, correct? People
Yeah.
that want
oh
to
yeah,
party, they're
we
not
had
accepted.
people, we recently had some folks try to get on that we have said no to.
Okay.
Yeah, so no, it's not, there's no open door. If you come down and want to get on, we'll look. But we had a couple people come in that we looked at and,
So the yes or no is, that's first step, but then
Mhm.
when they say yes, then it comes here and we
That's how
approve
it's
it
supposed to
before.
be, yeah. The board is supposed to approve it.
Yeah.
But we've always trusted that they are picking people that they want on the fire department. And that part of it, I don't have a problem
No,
with at all.
I don't either, I mean, they
The
have.
problem I have with is the paperwork. That we have to look at.
the paperwork has to get handled. That just is
Yes.
what it is.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a lot.
it is what it is. It has to be done. So yeah, I want to make sure I find out who we're missing paperwork from so I can take that back. I'll do that with Patty after the meeting.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Board appointments. Kevin, you're gonna help Gary with highway. And Jeff, you are in the finance department.
All right.
Any questions? No. And we need a motion
So move.
I would second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Right?
We are done.
It's not midnight.
And everybody get out
Is it
that
supposed
picture
to be?
That's about it. I'm gonna send you guys a quote that I got from Dennis, Lawrence.
I started to go to school.
Nobody's listening to me.
What's that?
You saw me? I'm probably gonna get it.
What's that quote for?
The quote is gonna be the top line.
Did you have a
Oh.
mask?
Okay,
Oh,
that's,
that's
the guy sent me the new plan.
Sorry about
Yeah.
that. No, you know, like, you remember the talk to your accent alone would have given it away. Oh, yes, I was
$1,000.
Did I have my kids with me?
The first payment when they started, second payment when they're like halfway through, and then the third payment would be.
So we have a very, very particular